If you clicked on this video, then you must be unhappy with the current rank you obtained in Valorant, and are looking for ways on how you yourself can acquire the skills necessary to achieve your dream rank. So, in this video, I am going to share with you 3 key principles you must understand in order for you to drastically improve at Valorant. Number 1. Have a simple training routine you can stick to every day before you queue comp. Why is this important? Many of you will hop on the computer and instantly click the queue button. The problem with this is you are only setting yourself up for failure. You see, your first game sets the entire tone for the day. If you bottom frag your first game, you're very likely to do that with the rest of your games. And if you MVP your first game, you're more likely to MVP the rest of your games. So, if you can stick to a simple but effective training routine every single day before you play a comp game, you will not only see drastic improvements along the way, but it will also build a layer of consistency, which will save you from moments like these.
Actually got it like last year on the holidays, I remember.
Now, just to give you guys a good idea of what a training routine would look like, I'll give you guys a brief example, but if you want me to go more in depth of what you guys should include, let me know in the comments and I'll create separate videos talking about training routines. So, most training routines will consist of aim labs, and no, you don't need to spend 10 hours on aim labs before you queue comp. However, I would suggest anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes is a sweet spot when it comes to aim training. Once you finish your aim labs, I would hop into the range for at least 10 minutes to warm up, maybe on hard bots or something like that. Then queue up at least 1 to 2 DMs or TDMs, whichever one you prefer. Of course, you can spend more time training, it just depends how much time you have during the day to play. What I suggest is you sacrifice a game's worth of time to train, so play 1 game less but spend 30 to 40 minutes training. Now that brings us to our next key principle: quality over quantity. There is a terrible trap that many players fall for every single time, myself definitely included. But before we get into what this trap is, you need to understand this concept. And I'll give you guys an example. Tom has a free day to do whatever he wants. Tom is very passionate about Valorant and is eager to rank up. So Tom took advantage of that day and spent 12 hours queuing comp games with very little breaks in between. Now, Harry also has a free day, and just like Tom, he's also very passionate and eager to rank up. However, Harry used this day to spend a couple hours training and only played a few comp games. He also worked out, completed his homework, and other tasks he needed to get done. So, given those 2 examples, I think we can all understand what this trap is. And this trap is what I like to call the unlimited games trap. The unlimited games trap is basically a trap that many players find themselves in, where you just mindlessly queue game after game after game after game after game after game after game. And you expect that with time, the more you play, the more likely you are to rank up. However, this is not the case. Essentially, you were just autopiloting through 90% of those games, and most of all, this is extremely unhealthy and ruining your quality of life. The only thing you will get in return is a fat loss streak and a fat... With the principle quality over quantity, it ensures that each Valorant game you play has you performing at your best possible ability, which allows you to have a higher win percentage. Now let's just say you only play 2 games a day and you win 1 out of those 2. That leaves you with a 50% win rate. Whereas if you play 12 hours, that is about 18 games. To get that 50% win rate, you need to win 9 games throughout the whole day, and you will be fried throughout the process as well, which makes it much harder for you to win games. So, the final principle is the #1 thing many people talk about and say it is the best way to improve at Valorant. However, if you're in low elo, I would strictly avoid this as there are many downsides to it. And the thing I'm referring to is in fact VOD reviewing. Now I know what you guys are thinking, oh but VOD reviewing, it's so good, what do you mean? No. Just no. I'm sure many of you have tried to VOD review before, but instead of actually VOD reviewing, you're just mindlessly watching your gameplay as if it's a stream, and you don't really get much out of it. I know VOD reviewing can be very beneficial, however, if you are less experienced, you won't know exactly what you're doing wrong. There is a significant amount of biased information that comes from VOD reviewing your own gameplay. You will be watching yourself and you will be thinking you're doing the right thing, even though you are not. I find it far more beneficial to get someone else to do a VOD review for you, especially someone much better than you, such as a coach or even a friend who is a higher rank. That way you get a different outlook, which will then lead you to discover things about your gameplay that you would never have ended up discovering on your own. By doing this, you're reducing the amounts of biased feedback significantly. Now, if you don't have access to a coach for whatever reason, that is okay. In this case, what I would recommend you do is still something far more beneficial than VOD viewing. When you are watching a Valorant YouTube video or even a Twitch stream, whether you are watching, whether it is Joel's, Average Jonas, or even myself, when they are about to push a site, or if they're in like some sort of clutch moment, whatever, pause the video or stream and think to yourself, what would you do in that situation? How would you execute the push? Are you going to flash out? Are you going to swing the left side? Are you going to swing the right side? Are you going to hold garage when your teammate's planting? You get the idea. Then finally unpause the video, watch how it played out, and then take note if they did what you did, and if it worked, that's good. If they did something even better, then take note of that. Or, if they did what you did, and it obviously didn't work, then rethink what they could have done in that certain situation for them to win. By doing this, you will build a much better understanding when it comes to how the game works, and how different situations should be played out. You are also learning this in a much more enjoyable way, as you are watching your favorite streamers. It is also less time consuming because you aren't watching a full-on VOD that goes for 40 minutes long. If you apply these 3 principles correctly, your rank will skyrocket in a matter of time. And if you found anything useful in this video, make sure you guys subscribe and leave a like. It will mean so much to me. Good luck on your climbing. Let me know in the comments if you want me to create some other type of video on how to rank up. I have heaps more tips. Like I can do like an hour video on like the best possible training routine. There's so much that I can do. Just let me know if you want to see more of it, and I will help you guys with your climb. Next week's video will probably be some sort of highlight video, unless you guys really love this one. You guys did not like my agent tier list. Yeah, I mean, it really wasn't that bad. Like, honestly, it really wasn't that bad. If you haven't watched it already, go check it out. Let me know what you think, because nobody seemed to like it. But, yeah, I could do another tier list video for knife skins or something. Just guys, let me know what you want to see, and I'll provide it. But, yeah, thank you guys. Especially if you're still watching right now, what the fuck are you doing? You're a fucking legend, bro. Yeah, if you made it all the way this far, like, holy shit.